In a quiet coastal village nestled between jagged cliffs and endless ocean waves, there lived an old man known as the Lantern Keeper. Every evening, without fail, he would climb the winding stone staircase to the edge of the cliff, carrying a small brass lantern. Its warm glow pierced through the foggy nights, guiding fishermen safely back to shore. To the villagers, the Lantern Keeper was a hero. They relied on his light to find their way home after long days at sea. But no one ever asked why he chose this lonely duty. Years ago, the Lantern Keeper had been a fisherman himself. One stormy night, his boat capsized far from shore. Alone and desperate, he thought all hope was lost, until he saw a faint light cutting through the chaos. It came from a stranger standing on the cliffs above, holding a lantern high despite the raging winds. That single act of kindness saved his life. From that day forward, he vowed to become the light for others who might find themselves lost in the dark. One particularly fierce winter storm swept across the coast. Waves crashed violently against the rocks, and thick fog swallowed the horizon. The Lantern Keeper climbed the stairs as usual, but tonight, the wind threatened to extinguish his flame. Again and again, he shielded the lantern with his coat, determined not to let it die. As the hours passed, he grew weaker, his hands trembling from cold and exhaustion. Yet still, he held on, knowing lives depended on his light. Just as the storm reached its peak, a young boy appeared at the top of the cliff, soaked and shivering. He carried a smaller lantern, its flickering flame barely alive. "My father hasn't returned," the boy cried. Without hesitation, the Lantern Keeper handed over his own lantern, instructing the boy to keep it burning while he searched the shoreline below. Together, they braved the storm, their combined lights cutting through the blackness until finally, they spotted the silhouette of a stranded fisherman clinging to the rocks. By dawn, the storm had passed, leaving behind a calm sea and grateful hearts. The Lantern Keeper stood once more at the cliff's edge, watching the sunrise paint the sky in hues of orange and gold. Though he felt weary, he smiled softly, knowing he'd kept his promise to be a light for those in need. Perhaps you felt overwhelmed by your own struggles, wondering how you could possibly help anyone else. Remember this: even in your darkest hour, your light, no matter how small, can guide someone else through theirs. Like the Lantern Keeper, we all carry the power to make the world brighter, one flame at a time.